Geeks and Gamers is a name that I hear a lot in my stream recommendation section in my fan Discord. Link in the description, by the way. Go join it. And I don't really know why. His content's not really, like, on too much of an upswing. He's still getting, like, sub 30K views for his 225,000 subscriber YouTube channel. I guess maybe it's because he's, like, fairly popular and very annoying. He's not very smart either. You know, he's a very, like, easy target to hit. He's kind of, like, no bullshit in that way. So I kind of understand why you guys always ask me to cover him. But you guys were spamming me this video in the Discord today, or at, like, the last few days, really, or the last couple days, called Halo the Series from Paramount Plus has the Last Jedi vibes. As you know, people like Geeks and Gamers hate the sequel trilogy of Star Wars movies for its SJW-ness. I watched the trailer for the new Paramount Plus Halo series. It looks good. The only reservations I have is Cortana's design. I think the hair could be a little bit less volumetric, and I think that she could be a little bluer. But that's about it. That was more or less the... Although I would like if the elites looked a little bit more like they do in Halo 2. That's like what Halo 2 elites, I think, are the peak elite design. But other than that, no complaints, really. It looks good. We'll see what it's like when it comes out. I'm not in the business of judging pieces of media before they come out unless it's just really bad. Unless it's like the original trailer for the Sonic movie bad. I usually don't dunk on media before it's actually come out. Yeah, if I'm gonna fuck Cortana and her her titties are gonna be fucking like bouncing in my face, I want them to be glowing blue, and I want there to be like streams of data like going through them as well.
What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to do a reaction to the Halo series from Paramount Plus. The full trailer has just premiered. I saw the teaser.
Oh my god, Geeks and Gamers is in like his 60s or something, right? And he's growing out a beard, and it is like he is having a harder time at it than I do at 22. Jesus Christ. Look at that shit, guys. There's just nothing filling it in on the cheeks there, huh? Just nothing. Who still talks like that? YouTubers that make grifty content to make money? They do it.
Version of this trailer during the Cincinnati Bengals Kansas City Chiefs game, which is going on right now. If you want more information on anything sports, go subscribe to our Sports Wars YouTube.
I will say I like his background. I wouldn't mind I would actually not mind a background not too dissimilar to that for my streams. That's actually a very nice sort of like workstation room. I don't know if I've ever complimented that in the future, but like I said, trying to be a little bit more gracious towards my political disagreeers.
Channel, but let's react to this trailer. This non-canon timeline for Halo. I already have a lot of concerns before we even watch the trailer. I have a lot of concerns, but we're going to watch the trailer in its entirety, and then we're going to talk about it. So here we go.
Okay, can I make like one somewhat off-topic criticism right now? You know those stingers that like trailer, I don't know why, but like every time you see a YouTube trailer, they always seem to start with these stingers at the beginning before the actual trailer. I hate them. I fucking hate them. Not only are they full of spoilers for the trailer, because usually like trailers are structured in a format specifically meant to unveil a thing in like a very hype way, right? Like for example, in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, like the way Green Goblin and Doc Ock are introduced is like it's led up to. It's like exciting, right? But if you have a stinger there at the beginning where you just drop that right at the beginning of the trailer, you've just kind of like ruined it, haven't you? I hate those little fucking teasers at the beginning. Like you're watching the trailer. It's a 2-minute trailer. I don't need a 5-second teaser at the beginning for the 2-minute trailer I'm about to watch. I don't need a trailer for my trailer. I assume you guys don't give a fuck about me doing detailed breakdowns of the quality of this trailer and what I think the show will be. I assume you guys don't give a shit. Yeah.
You. Humanity's best weapon.
Oh, you can already see he's mad. There were non-white people. Did you guys see it? You guys see it? See? Look at his face the second that non-white character appeared on screen. Immediately. Immediately. He starts to look skeptical. The second that a non-white character appears on screen, you can see it in his face. I love it. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Too many political people. True.
Humanity's best weapon. Master Chief, huh?
Uh-oh.
Chief looks great. Chief looks great.
Okay.
I'll say that
was
much.
enhanced and trained for one purpose: to win this war. He and the other Spartans
That's not true.
are our only.
That is not true. Honestly, most likely it's probably like some bullshit they did in the editing for the trailer, like stitching lines together.
Welcome to
But the
capitalism,
Spartans
dude.
were not made, especially not Master Chief. The Spartans were not made to deal with the Covenant and the war they're referring to. The Spartans were made to deal with human insurrections on random planets and stuff. They just happened to be really useful to deal with the Covenant when they came along. Thank you, Crafter Lula, for the tier 1 gift sub to Amu Min. You are just absolutely going off today. I hope you just got like a really hefty paycheck or something. Or won the lottery or cashed out a lot of crypto or something.
Effective weapons against the Covenant. He is lethal, upgradable, and most importantly, controllable.
It looks
Covenant
badass.
forces appear to be excavating some kind of object. When I touched the object, I felt something.
Yeah, I've been watching Halo lore videos off stream. Yeah, how do you notice?
I felt different. What they did to us makes you numb.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
What does one
Oh! Wait, did you see it? Wait, did you see it? Look at his face. Look at his face the second she appears on screen. Look at the face the second she appears on screen. Watch his face.
And you just decided to help me. Why would a Spartan do that?
Look at his face. Look how much more scrunched it gets. Like, he goes from, like, he was already scrunched because he saw brown people before. So he was already at, like, but then when he saw she had speaking lines, he got, like...
What does one do with a superhuman you're not sure you can trust?
Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
Oh, I assume he's gonna get mad about that. To be fair, everyone got mad about that design. Like, I'd say the fact that, like, the only real issue most Halo fans had coming out of this trailer was Cortana not being blue enough is, like, a really good sign. Because making Cortana bluer is so easy. She doesn't sound robotic. It's the same voice actress, the Florian Agox. Do you not know that? It's a different actress portraying her physically, the same actress that portrays Halsey, but the voice is the same as from the Halo games. It's the same Cortana voice. So anyway, yeah, not my Cortana. Yeah, but like making her bluer is like an easy like thing they can do following fan like not even fan backlash, but fan feedback. But I assume like I assume he'll have a problem with that, but everybody had a problem with that. Even I had a problem with that. So I'm not gonna get upset with him if he calls that out.
That was weird. Cortana looks weird.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring. Halo.
Oh, wait. There was a brown person, and he got mad again. Wait, watch his eyes. Watch his eyes.
That was weird. Cortana looks weird.
Master Chief recovered something.
Sacred ring.
See? Another brown person came on stream, or on screen. His eyes got even squintier.
Halo.
Humans. Surrender to the Covenant.
For those of you that are confused about this, because I have no doubt that, because obviously there's a woman here with an SJW haircut, so you can see the look on his face. You can see it, right? The second he saw a woman with the SJW haircut. For those of you guys that are not Halo nerds and don't understand what the fuck is going on with this show, I'm not even a Halo nerd. I haven't played most of the games, but most of the ones I have played, I played a long time ago, besides what you've seen on stream recently. Basically, this show is not canon. They're coming outright to say this show is just not canon. It is heavily inspired by the Halo canon and all the characters and everything like that in the story, but they're making some pretty severe changes. This character apparently is a human who is raised by the Covenant, and is basically humans are pretty valuable to the Covenant, having one as a prisoner, because a lot of Forerunner technology, which is like the technology the Covenant wants to get their hands on and use for things that I won't go into too much detail on, can only really be activated by humans for like lore reasons. So having a human, there kind of makes sense for the Covenant to want to do, especially if they could kidnap a kid and like indoctrinate that human kid into being on the Covenant side so that they willingly activate Forerunner artifacts. Basically, what we're seeing here is she's like storming a UNSC human ship and is controlling the worms that make up the hunters. For those of you guys that don't know, the hunter guys from Halo are made out of worms that sort of like undulate together to form a living, like, giant hulking brute monster. So I guess she's just controlling like a swarm of those individual worms here. Looks pretty cool. Interesting, like, story direction to go in. Though I assume because she's a woman and has like the SJWE haircut, he's gonna get mad.
Cortana, I'm gonna need you now. Find the Halo. Win the war.
What the fuck did I just watch? Like, that was weird because it's... So Chief looks amazing, and the visuals look really cool. But at the same time, it looks like a fan-made thing, and then Cortana looks strange and weird, and like no hologram. And I'm just gonna be...
Okay, one thing I will say is it did almost feel like a fan-made thing watching that trailer, and I think the reason for that is that we've had so many YouTube fan-made Halo videos over the years that it's like it's impossible now for them to make a Halo show with high production value even that isn't at least somewhat reminiscent of those old YouTube sketches that a million of them have been made and sort of ingrained in YouTube culture. I did get that vibe. I can understand that perspective, though I don't think he is coming into it from the same perspective as me.
Be honest, I'm getting some strong Last Jedi vibes. Because visually, like I said, Chief looks great, Arbiter looks great. You got the energy sword. You got Cortana, which again, Cortana, I don't really understand that. But then you look at the emphasis on diversity, because there's a heavy emphasis on diversity, just like in the original teaser trailer we saw weeks ago or whatever. It was like diversity. Now, again, if you show me that in isolation, taken...
By the way, he considers diversity being shoved in his face to be when there are brown people. That's all that trailer was, by the way. Guys, did you see anything in that trailer that drew attention to the race of any of the characters there? Any of the characters, period, white, black, brown, whatever, doesn't matter. Anything there that specifically drew attention to that other than them just being on screen and being that race. Nothing about the trailer gave a social justice-y vibe at all. The existence of those non-white characters, if you are someone whose politics lead them to believe that that is a bad thing, you may see that as political. That trailer had nothing political in it, really. I mean, Halo is a very political series, don't get me wrong. The Covenant are a collection of brutal, authoritarian, religious, fanatic aliens. That's pretty fucking political. There's a lot of political commentary in Halo, at least in the Bungie games, back when Halo was a little bit more, a little bit less just like, oh, look, shooty shoots are good, like the story had a little bit more to it going on, That's the one criticism I have of the 343 games is the story doesn't feel as deep, Like the feeling of hearing Cortana give me exposition in Halo 2 will never be met by the feeling of the weapon giving me exposition in Halo Infinite. It's just, you're not going to get the same feeling, just because the story doesn't feel as grand.
All of Hollywood's nonsense away from it. I watched that, and I'm like, that looks pretty cool, kind of has a fan-made feel to it, which isn't necessarily always a bad thing. But when I have seen what Hollywood has done with so many properties, then I have a lot of reason to be concerned. And there is a lot of reason to be concerned about this trailer.
By the way, I want to remind you, this guy thought that, like, the Witcher show is bad because they kind of race-swapped Triss.
Again, it's so weird because, like, when it starts out, like, there's really cool stuff here, There's some cool shots. I think it looks pretty cool. Chief looks amazing.
Okay,
but then you're getting into some weird stuff. Like the moment Cortana shows up, and then you got your Last Jedi stuff going on.
Well, I didn't catch it, guys. Since I became like more left leaning, I've stopped I've become better at analyzing media, you know, like the identity and whatnot of characters doesn't really stick out to me as much anymore. Like back when I was a conservative, I cared so much about idpol. I cared so much about what the identity of the characters were on screen. Since I became a progressive, surprisingly, whether or not like a character on screen is a woman or not, like hasn't jumped out to me. Like it doesn't jump out to me in media anymore. It's just not something that comes to mind. I totally didn't even notice like that this Spartan was a woman and he'd have a problem with that. By the way, like if you have an issue with female Spartans, then you're gonna have to take that up with like the original Halo games, because there were always female Spartans. They were never always men. That was never a thing in Halo lore. So I don't know what you wanted. I guess she has some pink in her hair. I guess that's a little SJWE, maybe.
Fine. There's a warthog, that's pretty cool to see. There's no doubt about that. I mean, that is cool to see. That is cool. Chief looks great. But once they show Cortana,
he's having such a hard time finding anything other than there were brown people on screen to complain about. Like, because what he wants to do is spend 20 straight minutes complaining about every shot where there's a brown person or a woman on screen, especially if they speak. But he can't do that on YouTube, so that's why this video is only 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
It just starts to feel very strange.
Notice how he has nothing he can specifically say about this admittedly baller-looking trailer. Let's be real. Everyone on Twitter has been fucking loving it. Even the Halo fandom, besides the Cortana thing, seems to be pretty damn on board with this shit. They seem to have it down. Like this is a fucking Pelican landing around a bunch of UNSC soldiers with warthogs and shit around. That is what we see on screen right now. This is what you want to see from the trailer of a fucking Halo TV show, okay? This trailer hit the nail on the head pretty fucking hard. I don't think they could have done better, frankly. I don't think they could have done much better besides the Cortana being bluer. We'll have to see what happens when the show comes out, of course. I may eat my words then. The show may suck dick, though I doubt it'll be because there's brown people in it. I've rarely found pieces of media that suck because there's brown people in it, but, you know, maybe that'll happen one day. Maybe that'll happen. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens when the show comes out. But notice, he's got this very negative seeming opinion of the trailer with very little specifically to point out, and that is because the vast majority of what has influenced his opinion here, no doubt, is the existence of so many brown people in the trailer.
What is this? What is going on?
He has nothing.
Oh.
He has nothing. It looks like a fucking trailer for a Halo TV show, and he's got nothing.
Oh my lord, man. I have no idea.
Like the most that like I could make an argument for him better here, that like a human in the Covenant in on high charity, a human being in line with the Covenant. What? Really? How does this make sense?
I'm very concerned about this. I think they're doing exactly what The Last Jedi did. You know, if you go back to my trailer reactions to The Last Jedi, I was very, very excited about that.
Wait, could you describe what The Last Jedi did that you think this show is doing? He can't.
And visually, they were able to pull a lot of people in, myself included, until you could actually see through it. And I feel like what this is doing too. And again, it's not like a visual masterpiece because, like I said, at times it feels really cool. Chief looks great, but then at other times it feels like a fan-made thing. But then you get to moments like...
Maybe he's like, I'm going to try to be charitable to him here because I don't want to come off as too much of an asshole to this guy. We are just assholes on the internet at the end of the day. But like, maybe he's referring to the fact that the show doesn't look canon. And the reason for that is it's not. It's never meant to be canon. It's inspired by the canon of Halo. They're just going their own direction with it, which is probably a good thing because a big issue with retelling game stories in TV or movies is finding a way to convert how much of the story is conveyed through gameplay into the visual and the simply visual and audio medium. Like, it can be pretty tough. How long you've been a Halo fan? I mean, Halo 2 was a game that I got at a very young age and was a huge fan of and really, really was one of my, like, I think might be one of my favorite games of all time just because of how much nostalgia I have for it. I was able to play a good amount of Halo CE when I was younger too, though I was never able to beat it. Past that, though, I was never able to play Halo 3. or 4 or 5, or Reach, or ODST, though I have just beaten Halo Infinite on PC off stream. So that was my Halo memes. Though I do love Halo's aesthetic and Halo's story and lore, and I do plan to play through the games, probably off stream, because the Halo streams weren't bringing in that many viewers. And Crafter Lula, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to username. Very interesting username that username person has, but thank you for the $5, Crafter Lula. You are just going insane today, and not even saying anything. That's how much of a based oiler you are.
Like the Cortana stuff, and it's the whole thing's just weird, man. That is a weird trailer. A lot of emphasis on diversity. People. Diversity is our strength, everyone. Diversity is our...
Emphasis on diversity is having a few brown people on screen. That's all it was. Just a few. I'm pretty sure the amount of white people on screen outnumbered the amount of brown people on screen in this trailer, and he still sees it as diversity being thrown in his face.
Strength. So I am very concerned, and I think you should be too, but maybe you're not. Maybe you're excited. Maybe you are 100% hyped.
Honestly, one thing they did really well with this, with the design of Master Chief's costume here, is made it not look cheap and plasticky. It can be really hard with prop stuff like this to make it look real. And with this, I feel like they did a good job of making this look like actually like painted metal. Like this is an actual metal suit. This is actual like some sort of high-tech glass material meant to shield his face from whatever he may encounter. Like, this suit feels like what a real Master Chief standing in front of me would look like. It looks all right. What are you talking about? It looks great. I don't think it could be done better. Like, these are practical effects, by the way. Like, a lot of this shit has been practical. Like, a surprising amount of it. Like, Chiefs, this is all practical. If this is not practical, then this is extraordinary CGI. I can't say for sure whether or not most of the scenes are going to be practical, like when he's actually fighting. But at the very least, in scenes like this... like where he's standing there talking and we're seeing him up close, it's real. It's a real, like fucking Master Chief suit he's wearing. Same goes for the other Spartans we saw as well. I'm impressed with the trailer, just to throw my opinion out there.
And I fully support that, because I am here to give you my opinion, and you're welcome to have your opinion. And if you're excited about this, I say God bless you. I have nothing but support for you. For me, I've been burnt too many times, so if I start to see elements that concern me, I'm going to call those things out. I can be proven wrong. I'm 100% okay with being proven wrong.
By the way, I have no problem with him not liking the trailer or being iffy about the show or whatever. My issue is with him being racist, okay? My issue is with the fact that you can literally see on his face every time a brown person appears on screen. Like, you can see on his face as he becomes more and more angry at what he's seeing every time a brown person appears on screen. And he even says it himself, like that he felt like, you know, diversity was being thrown in his face there. So I feel pretty safe in saying my man's a little racist
once the series gets here, but this is what fans do. We speculate, we find things, and we either see things that are going to make us happy and excited, or we're going to see things that are going to make us cautious and concerned. I am cautious and concerned because I'm seeing a lot.
Xander Hall, this dude, has been burnt out on basic diversity. Yeah, like he's burnt out on seeing brown people in media. We know, yes, he's a racist. Yeah, seems that way.
A lot of Last Jedi vibes from this trailer. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
There he goes. I think we've seen enough. We're not going to watch his outro. All right, everybody. That was just a fun little romp for the end of the stream, I feel like. What a good little time that was. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. It helps the video and the stream out a lot more than you even realize, and the channel, frankly. If you want to see more from me on YouTube, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon next to the sub button so YouTube actually tells you when I go live, upload a new video, anything like that here on the channel. They just won't do it otherwise. And of course, if you want to see more from me here on the internet, follow my social media. It's all linked down below beneath the stream and the video. There's my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and of course my fan Discord where I hang out. I sometimes lurk. I play video games in there and hang out with my fans and stuff like that. It's a good
Welcome to
community. You should
capitalism,
definitely
dude.
consider joining. And of course,
Full Metal Socialist Asterisk has donated asterisk $10.
what good timing. If you want to support me financially like Full Metal Socialist just did, consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub through the website, xanderhall.com/live, super chatting over on YouTube, subbing, gifting a sub, or Prime subbing for free with Amazon Prime over on Twitch, or donating or pledging through Patreon, or donating through donating through Streamlabs, or buying my merch. Link down below. We got some real good merch. Go check it out at least. Maybe you don't even have to buy it, but go check out the merch at least. It helps out the channel. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, no matter how you support the channel, and have a good one.